Hey, and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you a happy mail I just got, and I thought, you know what? Maybe I would just show you my junk journal. The one I've been working on for, what, a month? How long have I been working on this thing? It is a junk journal, a trash journal, a glue book, a smash book. I don't know what you want to call it. It is just something that I have just put stuff in. Let me tell you, this has helped me in my grieving more than when I first got into crafts right after Noel passed. Those crafts, they didn't get me over anything, but they occupied my mind. And then, if y'all remember, I went through like this big craft block. I couldn't think of anything to do. And then here, whenever it was, I wrote across these junk journals. I don't even know how. I've made some, not like this, more conformed or whatever. When you see this, you'll be like, really? But the thing is, this has occupied my mind lately, because y'all know I've been struggling with that, than anything I have done before that. When I was going through the block and I couldn't think of anything, and the grief just preyed on my mind and preyed on my mind, and then I found this, and it is a creative process that has no right or wrong. You get trash, you get mess from the thrift store, you get trash. Did I say that part? You get scraps of paper, you get receipts, you get food wrapping, you get whatever your heart desires. Stickers, paint, washi tape, buttons, whatever, lace, fabric. You'll see whatever your heart desires, and you just start putting it in a book. I cannot urge you enough. And you know what? It don't have to look good to nobody else except you. It is a creative outlet. It occupies your mind. It occupies your time. It helps you, like, use your brain. They say use it or lose it. It helps you with that. If you're going through a tough time, I cannot stress to you enough to start junk journaling. And if you don't want to, like, gather up the materials and do all that, which you don't have to, if you do a Google search of like trashy junk journals, true junk journals, junky junk journals, you'll come up with the ones that actually use trash, things that you would either throw away or recycle. So you don't have to have a lot of supplies. I'm just one of these people. I dive in head first. You can also do a glue book. Do a YouTube search for glue books. I've started one. Hold on. The notebook that Loretta just sent me. I told you I had one of these on my list because I wanted to start a glue book. I put my first pages in it today. This is all you do. You got, and some people are so artistic, and they make, collages that make sense, and they're funny, and I just glue what I like. That's why I've been buying so many magazines, because I have magazine stuff in my junk journal, and I'm having magazine stuff in my glue book, so I can interchange. And I've started a new. Hold on, I'm going for a baby, so I'm gonna clip it off just a minute. I started a new trash journal. This is just a old gift bag that I have had for probably 15 years in there. I've just had it, and I ain't never give nobody no gift that come to me. Look, even the outside is just pop tops, the pop tab off of a drink, and then I got, it says junk, if you can see it. So this is the kind that, it's like the one I'm going to show you. You can, it's not sewed in, so you can still slide stuff in and out. That's why this one will just be a work in progress, just to slide more junk in and out. So I wanted to get that one made to, because when you see the one I'm going to show you, it's what they call an alligator mouth. It's like It's huge. I just kept adding stuff. I should have stopped a long time ago, but I couldn't. I had all these pages in it. I think I put too many pages in it, or either my book, the cover part just wasn't big enough. So anyway, what I was trying to say was, get you a bunch of magazines, a bunch of library book discards, books at the thrift store, at the yard sales, whatever, subjects you like, something with pretty pictures, anything, and just sit down, start cutting. Now, when you cut around a little piece, and you listen, I can't cut. My borders are all messed up and everything, but that's okay because it's just for me. I'm not trying to win no contest. They call that fussy cutting. Sit down and just, I come back here and I'll just put me some magazines down and I'll just like go through them one at a time and just cut out anything and everything that looks like it might be. It can be something that doesn't even make sense when you're looking at it, but cut it out anyway because you're going to need it. You're going to need it at some point. But that's what I'm trying to say is if you're going through like some kind of, especially a grieving process, or you're going through something that's just preying on your mind, don't have to be grieving. It can just be something you're struggling with, something that is just occupies your mind to the point to where it interrupts your daily life. Get some of those things. Start cutting out. Get you some glue sticks, some tacky glue from the Dollar Tree. Although this will bubble up your paper if it's magazines, but you can do it pretty good on book pages. And just start putting them in a notebook. Do what I just made here. It's not hard. It's not hard, and it is so much fun. And I shouldn't be talking so much because this book is so big. If I show you everything in it, this is going to be a long video. Let me warn you up front. This is going to be a long video. But this is just something. There's no rules. There's no right or wrong. You don't make it for anybody else but yourself. It is just odds and ends, things that you just throw together, things that you like. It's fun. It is fun. I am so thankful to have found it because it has really been a help to me. So you don't have to like it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. You might think it's the ugliest piece of trash you've ever seen, but that's okay because it brings me joy, and that's what counts. So before we start on that, I'm going to show you some happy mail that I got it, but it's actually for Jacob from Diane Smith. She sent me an email and said that she had some magazines that was her mama's and she'd like them to go to a good home. And so we were talking about them. I'm like, well, if you send them, I'll pay for the postage. And then all of a sudden it says, well, she told me, she said, and at some point there'll be something coming for that grandbaby. Well, I just assumed since we talked about the magazines, the package that said it was going to be delivered today was that. But no, it was for Jacob. So I'm going to show you that first, what she made for Jacob. So thank you, Diane. I think I've already thanked you. I've already filmed it. I think I thanked you in there, but I'm going to thank you again. Thank you so much. It was very, very thoughtful. Y'all are just, I'm telling you what, y'all spoiled me, and now y'all spoiling the baby. And me and Holly really, really do appreciate it. So let's turn around. Let's look at the happy mail, and then let's look at this crazy, junky, trashy glue book journal thing. So, all right, let's turn around. So here is the beautiful happy mail from Diane. A beautiful little baby Afghan. I tell you, y'all are some sweet, sweet ladies. I will absolutely enjoy wrapping that baby up in these little Afghans. And I will make sure they are saved for him for as long as I have anything to do with it. I will make sure they are put up in his saving box. Because I have one for Sebastian, and I guess I have to get a bigger one for Jacob, won't I? So thank you, Diane. That was so very sweet of you, and me and Holly appreciate it so very much. Okay, so the first thing is, you see how thick this is, and you can see how thick the... I had a ribbon. Let me take this off. I had a ribbon glued in here in the back, and it was pulling the paper loose, so I cut the ribbon off and made an elastic band for now. But this is my washi tape's coming off. This is a piece of poster board that I covered with scrapbook paper, and that's a card, and it's just some little die cuts. And this is what I was talking about wanting junk jewelry for. These are just little wooden things from the Dollar Tree that I tied on. So I hope I have this at an angle where you can see my cover page. To live a creative life, we must lose our fear of being wrong. That's pretty much what this journal is about. There is no right or wrong. It's just what you feel and what you want to do. Now, this is like my favorite quote, and y'all know that, the one from Rocky. It ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. So I printed that out on the computer and put that there. These are just some stickers I had that I got in that group. They're all throughout here. The little odd stickers that I thought I'd never use that I got in that big old packs of stickers I found at the C-Van thrift store. So this is just like a travel page. And this is just a page out of a wreath book. This is from Colors. Me and David had never been, so this week when we've been trying to eat what we want, since the low carb started today, we knew there was some things we wanted to have. We'd never been to Culver's. It was new from last fall. Woo, boy, it was good. So he's already learned that don't throw anything away that I might could use. So this is, it was put together as a little, like a little sandwich thing that our fries and all came in, sandwich and thing come in. He said, well, can you use that? I'm like, oh, well, let me take it home and see. It wasn't greasy or nothing. And so that's our little French fry bag and the receipt. So that was when we went there. There are some cards in here that came to me while I was making this journal. That's why they're included in this journal. It doesn't slight any other cards, but they're the ones that were sent to me while I was working on this. So Sandy, this one was from Sandy, and I made it into a little belly band. And I put a little thing, live a thankful life. I hadn't put anything else on the back. I have a lot of quotes in here. And this is just some cute animals out of the magazine that I thought was cute. This is my favorite obsession these days, the Lipton Zero Sugar Iced Tea. That just come off of the 12-pack. And this was, one day I went to the Dollar Tree and I got them mallow bars or whatever they're called. I don't know, it says on here. Mallow cups. And yes, I did eat them. And so I saved the card for that. And that was that bag of Lucky Charms I bought at the Dollar Tree that I said I didn't want the whole big one at BJ's. So that was the little one I got there. This is just some little stitch and a little pinhead. I thought he was funny. The number 13. I got that throughout different places. This was the wall stickers that I found at the thrift store. And I just sewed on some trim. And these are just different things I found in magazines, just buttons, and so I just put them on the same page and glued a few little buttons on and put some bling on it. And this was just Mickey and Donald Duck, and so I made a card with that little punch. It says, live each day as if it's the first day of your life, Donald Duck. So I just stuck that in there. And this is my Lucy page. I'd rather regret the things I've done than regret the things I haven't done. Lucille Ball. And that is just a folded up little piece of paper. Just some little tags I put on it. This was just a beach page. See, that's what I'm talking about. This is like, you see that had trash in it. There's trash. There's trash. There's also stuff that's considered a glue book. This was taken from a little kid's book that I found at the library discards. And the lizard, I had to have it because the lizard was in there. But I added some extra little green things I had. So that's my green page. And I dyed. These were, when I went to the Dollar Tree, those were the little tags off of those silicone kitchen spatulas, and I thought those look like I could do something. And so I have these little like cardboard circles that I bought at some thrift store, and that's my beautiful My beautiful artwork. That's as good as I can draw. I am not artistic in any stretch of the imagination. So I made a flower out of those tags. And these are those die cuts that was sent to me by a subscriber. So I put that, this is, you can see the middle of each section is considered a signature. That's something I learned. So I just put little things on here that represented me, things I like. I like this. Life is too short to miss out on the beautiful things, like a double cheeseburger from Channing Tatum. And there was some more little cute little animals that I found. And this one, he was so cute with his tongue sticking out. He got his own page. And them, I thought they were just gorgeous. This right here was a cake on the front of a magazine. And I had this fabric piece that had like an owl, and there's an owl. There ain't no bear or nothing, but it's still woodland like that. A little piece of trim. This, you can't see it, but it's 1962. These were things that happened in 1962. That's the year I was born. Candyland is the game that I played with my mama constantly when I was a little girl. I absolutely adored Candyland. This is from when I bought Flair Her Bugs. July 13th, that's my birthday, and I just thought that was pretty. And this was just a little folded up book page that I put, and I found this Count Your Blessings in a magazine. I made these little tags, and on the back of each one of the tags I've written something that's a blessing to me. So that's what all those are. This is just my 60s page. Batman's my favorite because I think I've told y'all before, I love Batman. Had me a Batman costume. I love these kind of dresses too. I love that kind of stuff. If they had white go-go boots, I didn't know what they have on down there, but there's some white go-go boots. Even if they had short ones, I'd rather have the knee-high ones. Set it off. That does it. The hillbillies and stuff. I love Get Smart too. This is my fun page. I love Gordon Ramsay, and these were just little. So I just put them on a little piece of cardboard. I'm letting them hang out in there and talk. And I found the word hot, and that just fit perfectly. And then I found Matthew and my movie. I love this movie, Dazed and Confused. If you were growing up in the 70s, and if the 70s was your heyday, your coming of age, get Dazed and Confused and watched it. Now, my family each has a page, so this is RJ's page. This is what he loves. He loves gaming, and I just so happened to find Nintendo, because those are the ones he cut his teeth on. He loves his cats, and he loves his son. So that is his page. These is another reason I like the jewelry. This is a single earring from whenever. But you know, I never threw it away. I just saved it for so many years. And I just put on each one of their pages. So if I want to find their page, I can get right to it. This is just out of a quilting magazine. And this is a little card I made out of a magazine. If the door is locked, try the window. That was just a pretty scenery, I thought. And this is one of those envelopes that I just glued on and opened like this. And this is from Tammy Konachek. She sent me the card, and then I also got the stickers. She said she had forgot put the card in the envelope, so she sent me a card separately, and I saved out her stamp. And there's the other part of my covers and the other part of my wreath. And I found this. It was just a door, so I just put some little things around it that I liked. I love Deadliest Catch. Do y'all like that show? This was in a little book, astrology book, kids book, and I'm a Cancer, so I just put little Cancer things in there. This is from Viv. She sent me a card, and so I just stitched on. Listen, I am not a seamstress, trust me. I just stitched this little card and put, no friendship is an accident. So here's another, that's actually a little bracelet. This is Holly's page. When I found this picture, I knew that would be Holly's page. And this quote about a woman was separate, but I knew it went together. I'm going to read it to you. A woman hears the melody of flowers in the wind. She sees the beauty of the unseen. She feels the tugs and pulls and urges of life. She knows when it is time to run and time to rest, time to laugh and time to cry, time to hold on and time to let go. And I just thought that was perfect for Holly's page. This is just a hidden paperclip. Well, I don't want to take it off because it's too hard to get back on. There's a paper clip up in there that I just glued together, and those cute little owls, and see it's on both sides. This treat every day as if it's special. Those were just, and see, I've got room. There's room. I'm still not full. It's still not full. This was just a decorated envelope, junk envelope, and that's just a picture from a magazine of some strawberry ice cream that I just shoved in there. And this was just a big old tag because I made it a big old tug spot, and I found a smiley face and I just wrote just smile. So nothing special. See, still got plenty of room. This is I think maybe a CVS bag, I'm not sure, but that is the top of a tissue box. I put some of that acetate paper and put little Mr. Geico down in there. I thought that was a perfect picture frame for him. And this side I made, I glued that down and made a little tuck spot, and that just says be beautiful and just a little flower and be fierce. And this was just a gorgeous butterfly I cut out and made a little tuck spot, and that was from Father's Day on David's coconut cake. This I didn't do anything to. This is the border of an invitation that I cut the invitation out, and that was just a gorgeous magazine picture. And this is just one of those little women card I found. This is the music page. I have one little, and this is it. This is the only piece of music fabric in that big bunch I had. And these were stickers that I had, but this was all built around this quote I found: without music, life would be a mistake. And so that's how this page was built, around that one quote. This is not an envelope, a napkin that was sent to me that I decoupaged on. These are if you saw my haul, I got all those egg die kits. Every one of them had these stickers in there, and I'm like, well, I won't throw them away. I'll stick them in my book because it's trash. You put trash in here, keep it out of the landfill. I don't know what these little white stickers are for, but I just put those on there. And this card here was from Vicki Eckert, and she sent me the I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I had to read and make sure. She sent me, I didn't want to say she was the one that sent me, because listen, my memory gets crazy sometimes. Her women's mission at church used to collect stamps to do something with, and COVID kind of put a stop to it, so she still had a bunch, and she sent them to me, and I just made a little decoration. This is the one that was on her envelope. It said cappuccino, and I had already cut that out, so it went perfectly with it. And then this was just the cover of Birds and Blooms magazine, and the owls got me. There's that, I don't know if that's tulle, netting, whatever it is, dolly. This, if you saw my haul, when I found one of those, it was like a craft book, painting book. There were two of these. There's another one back in here. Somebody painted on this leaf, and I said, I don't know how, but it will go in my junk journal. So here it is. There's another empty page. This, I had one of these left. If you saw the boys book, this is a Pringles. See the red? This is where Pringles little individual servings were in. So I hid some little owls back in there. This was, I just, you know how much I hate bees, but they're still pretty. And this was a coloring page that I had, Be Strong and Believe in Yourself, that I thought, well, that's a good thing to remember. And just some tabs made out of pictures of flowers. This, just fabric I sewed on. This was a, for Mother's Day, how many years back, she painted that on the bag, and I've had the bag ever since. And I thought, well, you know what, that's a good way to save it. And remember, is to put it right in here. I sewed that little belly band and put these in there. They're not hard to look at. I hope that light is not shining everything you see. So I just stuck those in there. See, I've still got empty spots. This came as a refrigerator magnet for Hungry Howie's. Came in the mail. And there he says, it's a big world out there. Hang on tight. Ain't he cute? This, I had this in here first. Is Superstitions, Good Luck and Bad Luck, from a old, from the 50s, Farmer's Almanac. And if you could believe it, later on in some magazine, I found this, very superstitious. I'm like, okay, that goes right across from that. That works perfect. That makes a little pouch. When I went all that shopping, I just stapled my tags together. And that's just a little pouch to put something in. That's some paper twist ribbon. And that I was just playing with the stamps. No pattern, just because I'm new at stamping. So I just pulled some out and just played with it on that page. And this was just a little tuck spot I made. This was the front of a playing card box that I just glued a magazine image from and put some stamps on it. This is my patriotic spread. I like it a lot. Just odds and ends around here. This is a little pouch that I sewed and glued on. And this, all these stickers were in the pack that I bought. So I just took them all here and made a patriotic little booklet. And got a little tag on there. There's another, I keep wanting to call it an envelope. Another napkin that was sent to me that I decoupaged. And this was just, I have a quote in it, but I went and licked it shut. I wasn't thinking, I licked it shut. And I have a quote inside, is never underestimate something. And it was a good one. So unless I rip it open, I don't know what the quote is, but it's just a old junk mail. There was another wreath book, and I found that. I love that because, you know, that's good luck right there. And here, I love the Golden Girls, and I thought that was cute. What's up? So I just put that on a book page. Here is another quote that I like. It's from Herman Munster. The lesson I want you to learn is it doesn't matter what you look like. You can be tall or short or fat or thin or ugly or handsome like your father. Or you can be black or yellow or white. It doesn't matter. What does matter is the size of your heart and the strength of your character. So I had to put that in there. And then there's just a page of owls. This is when I went and had two of my health tests. I just pulled that off my shirt and stuck it on there. This is from my favorite local restaurant. You'll see it on the other side. That was my burger, and that was my hot dog. And there's some owls, and I made that. Look at him. A little, that's an envelope. So I just made a little spot in there. Some more owls and some more owls. And this I made just a little tuck spot because, you know, I love dandelions. And this was cute. Name that owl. It was in one of those kid books. So I cut that out. This was our anniversary because I was like, you know what? We don't celebrate, but I was like, I don't think I want to cook on my anniversary. He says, okay. So while he was asleep, I made the decision we'd have our favorite Chinese restaurant. And I just made this little tag that said June the 10th, 2021 is when we had it. And that's our little ticket. Here's another one of those pages that just shows some things that I like. Just about me, my life, just things. Jaws, one of my favorite movies ever. Here's a good one. The sooner you stop comparing yourself to other people, the more attention you get to put on yourself. Let's high five on that one. And then this was just, I thought that was a pretty little picture, so I put that in there. And I can tuck something right there. Here's the other half of the menu, so I still got room to tuck stuff in there. So as big as it is, I'm telling you, see, I still got plenty of room. There was the other book. I wish I could have found more colors, but I didn't. I did find blue, so I cut the pictures out of there, but then I added extra little blue things. Oh, he got hair. Some of my trim I just wrapped around there. See, I got room to go back and put more of my trim in here. I haven't gone back and, done that. But that was a hot dog, and this was our Whataburger receipt. There was another hot dog I found, but that's what my hot dog came in. And this is our Whataburger. I tell you, it's not the Texas Whataburger. This is ours right here. That was some tape I bought to use in my projects. This was the envelope. I don't think I have anything in it. Yeah, I do. That came in my Voltron that I use on my knees. It don't work, but I keep thinking maybe it does and I don't realize it. But I had that envelope made, and the boys, each one of them had one in their book before I decided to separate them. I found this quote, "We are all born to stand out." I found these separately, but this I just thought was cute. A little Andre, an octopus pulled it into tiny pieces. I just thought it was a cute little thing from a magazine. And if you think an octopus don't stand out, I don't know what would stand out. Okay, let's see. Can we get back in there, please? Then this was a envelope I made. That I made the envelope by itself, and then I found what's inside separately. And look how it worked out. Ta-da! Friends. They fit in there perfectly. I mean, I didn't hardly have to cut off the least little bit where I had cut that out. It fit perfectly. So that was meant to be. Just tuck that in there. And this was a little cradle I bought for Jacob. This is from Mary Lynn, and she sent me some stuff. This was on her envelope. This was where I sent her a thank you note for some other stuff she sent me. She had saved that, and so I had asked for cancel stamps, so she sent me my cancel stamp, and then that was on her envelope. And then a little bird tag I made. This was just my yellow and green spread. This is just what I was feeling. And I like the way this turned out. I like the way this turned out. And these little tags, I don't have anything on them yet. This I made out of scraps. When I made all these tags, these come out stickers out of those planner things from Lou. So I just put them all on a file folder and then cut them out. And these were the strips that were big enough to actually pick up. And I'm like, well, I need to do something with those. So I just made a flower and stuck a flower in there. And this is a picture of Prince I found. And this is his guitar right there. And I already had that guitar sticker for David. So I just stuck it right over top of his guitar. And I don't have anything written on here yet. Just good times. That is the piece of a junk mail envelope. And these are some other groups and singers that I like that I found in magazines. I think Rolling Stone magazine. And I had this hat that went with this, and the fact that I found a picture of Slash and that's the kind of hat he wears, I thought was hilarious, so I just stuck it there above him. Here is another pretty owl. This is coming undone too. The packaging on some stationery, and this was just a AARP card that came in some trash mail, and I just glued some of my peace and love paper on it. Okay, let's don't be difficult. Oh Lord, if I wasn't on camera, there we go. And this is Noelle's page, and that is just a little bead that I made. I made that little bead. What sparked this page was this come out of a craft book, and it said Noelle wreath, this right here, and it had big Noelle across it. It got cut up. So that sparked me to make her page. So I found a butterfly, and you know butterflies signify Noelle to me. I found a picture of Animal Crossing. That's the game that she played. That's where my tattoo comes from that I got for her. And this little butterfly envelope I made, it has, I'm not going to undo it, I have a private note in there to her. So that's Noelle's page. This says, collect what speaks to you. If you love it, it will fit into anything you do. This card didn't come from anybody. I just thought it was hilarious. It was in those cards that I got at Wanda's. Do you ever get the feeling that life is a journey and somewhere along the line you got on the wrong bus? You ever feel like that? This is the other side of that little paper bag, and you know how I am about lizards. I love my lizards, so I just stuck him on there. This was my BJ's receipt. We went to BJ's. Oh, that fell out. That was in, I don't even know what that come from. Echo Tote Green, 99 cents from Walgreens. It just fell out of that box of envelopes and cards I bought at Wanda's, so I just stuck some trim on it and put it in there. This was actually in a magazine, an M, and these were some of the stickers I got at the thrift store. M is from Maness. This is from Lou. She sent me, and I wasn't thinking about saving any other ones. If you get tired, learn to rest, not to quit. This was in one of those things, the tea she got that smelled so good, so I saved it. Made a pouch there, a pouch there. I don't have anything on these yet. I just thought these pretty flower stickers were good enough. And then this is one of my favorite pages. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's learning to dance in the rain. And those were dance stickers that I had in that stash. This was just a garden stationery that I bought. If you look the right way, you can see that the whole world is a garden. This is my, you know, me and my owls. These are my tater chips that I bought when I took RJ to the neurologist. We went to the Dollar Tree. Well, I had to go to the Dollar Tree first, so I picked up some Wise tater chips, and it was like a limited edition bag or something, so you know I had to have that, but I washed it out and put it in here. These are just some little magazine or craft book cutouts. Start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. That's pretty much a junk journal, and then you can do it. These were just from a magazine from the post office, and then I know that some of these coffee and tea stain papers do not want to stick, and I saw somebody talking about, because it's acidic, and they put baking soda in there to bring down the acidity. So next time I do it, that's what I'm going to do. So I think that's why some of my glue and tape is not sticking. But I made these little envelopes. I just put a little bead on it. Just keep swimming, Dory. Y'all know what that's from? Finding Nemo. And I put some little bling on it, and I put another one on this side. Why so serious, the Joker? That's a good way to look at life sometimes. We do get too serious sometimes. This book is 100% about not being serious, not taking yourself so serious and so rigid that you can't just let loose and have fun. These were also in a quilting magazine. And there's my little dolly. This, I had bought bling at the Dollar Tree, and so it was like automatically a pouch, so I put it in here. These were the place cards I made. I found the letters in a magazine and glued them, and when I looked it up, Kimberly in the American English language means noble or brave. I don't know about all that, but that's what it means. And then I don't think I have anything on this back. I don't think I have anything on this one yet. Nope, that's a Pepsi. Part of a Pepsi box. And that's another one of those hidden paper clips that I'm not going to take off and try to get back on. But it's got some of that eyelash trim on it. And this is just because that piece of paper that I told you I liked in that paper pack. And some of that gaudy trim. Love it. This is my pig page. Love it. You know I like my pigs. I found Miss Piggy. And this pig fabric was in that what I bought. And check them out. Oh my gosh, I put a bow on him. Look, I don't care what you think of me unless you think I'm awesome. In which case, you are right. Miss Piggy. I thought that was so cute. Here is the other painted leaf. Isn't that something what somebody did? So I feel like I've honored their artwork by putting it in here and not throwing it away. This is not a pattern book. It was in a magazine, and then I just took some of that pattern that I had and put it on there. This was just another covered up junk mail, and I found a relax tag that I just stuck in there. This is a bookmark made out of a junk mail envelope sewed together. You see, listen, does anybody know why my machine does that? If you do, let me know, because it does it every single time I sew. And I've just about had it. This, now, I forgot to put a dangle on it. This was a happenstance for my best friend Chuck that died. This page was already in the book. This came out of the back of one of those kids' books called The Funny Ride. And I went to put it on this page, and when I was starting to stick it down, I said, wait a minute, does that say Chuck? So that's a Chuck for a tool. But does that say Chuck? I'm like, that says Chuck. This says The Funny Ride. That was our whole relationship. It was a funny ride. So that turned out to be Chuck's page, just like Loretta says. I don't even remember what she said when I said it was a coincidence. I'm going to show you what that coincidence is here in the back. She said, no, there aren't no coincidences. And this just says, find your joy. Do things that, and these were found separately. Do things that bring your joy and pleasure. There's so much more to health than what you eat. That kind of goes with us now, doesn't it? And then that's cereal, but you know, K for me. And there's the other, limited edition, my tater chips. I think I showed y'all this when I showed you Loretta's Happy Mail. In a world full of pigeons be a flamingo. I just found that one in a magazine today, so I added him to it. And these I just thought were pretty because daisies are my favorite flower. Just the old wildflower daisies. Those are my favorite flowers. This is another junk mail envelope. And this was just a Mad Lib book that was in amongst some other stuff I bought by accident. So I just pulled out one of the little cards, stapled a little pull tab on it and stuck it in there. And this is a little find where your heart's content little tag I made on the back of something from the Dollar Tree and sewed some fabric on. These were like patches, decorative patches, and I got it for the lizard because you know I'm about the lizards. I've had these for, I was going to put it on a pocketbook I had, and I never did. So I pulled them out and glued them on here, and I went to my old dictionary and found reptile and then reptilian, and I cut that out and glued that on. This was the other envelope. I cut it down smaller. It says, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Oscar Wilde. I love that quote. Peace, love, and soul. Ain't that what Soul Train said? I don't know. Close enough. Now I can put something in that pouch. We're getting to the end. Y'all have done good. This is David's page. There's another little dangle I made for his page. This is off of a work shirt. When he first started working there, he's been there, I think, we were just talking about that, almost 20 years. They had uniforms, and the shirt he wore it out, but this was the patch. And I have saved it that long. It's been in my sewing box under the bottom. My mama's sewing box, it's just been under the bottom. I knew one day I would have something to do with it, and this was the day. He drives a truck, and his trucks are red for his work. And I was waiting on one of their newsletter booklets to come. They send out real nice color magazines for their newsletters, and I didn't get one. So I went to one of Sebastian's coloring books, and I found this truck, and I just cut the back end off and colored it with my magic markers. And he adores Eddie Van Halen because he's big into guitars, and that's his best guitar player he loves. And then a toolbox because he's all time working on something. And this is just my beachy section. I just thought that picture right there was gorgeous. They're cookies, sugar cookies, and I just did that. And these were some stickers I had. That is a little pouch. I just don't have anything in it yet. We're at the end. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. And so that is it. That is my junk journal. You can see how big it got, and you saw how much more room I have in there to put stuff in it. So I hope you enjoyed this look. And if you sent me stuff and you saw it in the book, I apologize for not mentioning your name. Just do know that what you send me is very much appreciated, and I have so many supplies from a number of y'all that I have been using and I still have yet to use. I really do appreciate them. I really, really do. So, well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. And like I said, just jump in and do it. Just jump in and start, like I said, just start gluing in a book. Just glue in a book. Just fold up something and start putting in trash. Look at the trash that's in here. That's from an old DVD. You see the trash that's in here? That's what it's about. That's how a junk journal started. Using trash that you would have thrown away. So, anyway, that's it. And I will see you on my next video.